to an online training for the use of the 3D printers at the Downtown Central Library, brought to you by the Technolab. During this training, you will learn basic 3D printer terminology. We will then learn how to find what you want to make, components of a 3D printer, how to use a printer safely, and the process of how to ready a printer to bring your creations to life. So what exactly is 3D printing? 3D printing is a type of additive manufacturing where items are created by adding layers of material together. There are multiple different kinds of 3D printers, but today we'll be talking about FDM or fused deposition modeling printers. This is the most widely available printing technique used and works by extruding small amounts of a selected material into layers which harden quickly. Conceptually, the process of 3D printing can be thought of as a hot glue gun controlled by a computer. Except here at the library, we use a type of plastic called PLA, which is often referred to as filament. There are many types of plastic and other composite materials which can be used for different purposes on certain specific printers, although for our purposes, the biodegradable PLA will serve most needs. So now that we know a bit about what a 3D printer is, what can you make with it? You can print anything you can imagine, from decorative to utilitarian objects. As long as it fits within the maximum print size that a printer can produce and has details not smaller than what a printer can make. Creating your object is only a few mouse clicks away. First things first, we need to create a 3D model. This can be done by creating one in 3D modeling software or by finding a file online. However, when selecting your model, the printing of weapons, sexually explicit materials, and other items that violate the Buffalo and Erie County Public Library's rules of conduct are not allowed. For creating your own model, the Technolab recommends Tinkercad, a free web-based modeling program for beginners and intermediate creators. This is the most useful and accessible free software, and has the benefit of being all online, so there are no downloads required, and you can access your models anywhere. There are other options for creating models, such as 3D Builder, Design Spark Mechanical, FreeCAD, and Blender. But creating models isn't for everyone, so fortunately, there exist many online resources and communities for sharing ready-to-print models. The first place we like to look is Thingiverse, the most popular downloadable model website with thousands of user-created models free to use. Alternatively, there are many other sites to find what you might be looking for. Although the use of the machines at the library is free, any print produced is priced at 5 cents per gram, with an estimate being provided by the software. But a final weigh-in on a scale after printing is the determiner of price. Now let's see the different parts of the 3D printer to learn more about how they work. First is the filament. This will become what our creation is made out of when the print is finished. Then there is the extruder, which pulls in and heats the filament through its nozzle. This is extruded onto a bed, where the print is made and can be heated depending on the printer. The bed rests on a track, moving it back and forth or up and down. To see information about your print, you can reference the display to see stats about it. One of the most important things to learn about printing is the safe use of printers. In order to operate, 3D printers need to melt the filament in the extruder at temperatures high enough to cause injury, and heat their beds to temperatures that could be potentially harmful to touch. Never reach inside or around the 3D printers. If there are any problems, please notify the staff and do not attempt to fix or troubleshoot on your own. Never go to touch or grab an object while the printers are in operation. Even if it appears to be stopped or finished, ask staff first for assistance in removing the print. Be aware and alert about loose clothing, jewelry, and hair that can be caught inside the machines. If you are near the machines, please keep your hair tied back and jewelry and all other clothing secured. Lastly, only staff and patrons who have already taken our certification training, either online or in person, can be permitted to use the 3D printers. Now let's get started on a print. The software we'll be using to control any of the 3D printers is Simplify 3D. To open which printer you'd like to use, select the corresponding shortcut on the desktop. The first thing you should notice is a preview that will appear similar to the physical print bed on the printer which you would like to use. To get started printing your model, first you need to import it into the program. To do so, select the Import button on the left-hand side of your screen. This will open up a file browser window where you'll be able to navigate to the location of your saved file. The default location for these is the Downloads folder. Once you have the file selected, click Open at the bottom of the window. The next step is to establish a connection to the printer. To begin, select the Machine Control Panel icon on the right-hand side of your screen. This is represented by the symbol of a gear. Once the Machine Control Panel is open, select the drop-down menu next to the port to select which printer you wish to connect to. Here's a chart that shows which port number corresponds to which printer. You can find this on the wall of the launchpad above the laptop you will be using. After selecting a printer, click the red Connect button to establish communication with the printer. You will know your connection to the printer is successful if the red Connect button turns into a green Disconnect button. You can now close out of this window and move on to changing aspects of our model. To adjust your model before printing, double-click on your model to open the Model Manipulation panel. Here we can adjust scaling, rotation, centering, and position. First, you can adjust the size of your model by setting the scale. This is most easily done through percentages. It can also be adjusted by absolute size in millimeters. Next, you can adjust the rotation of your model below that by changing the degrees on any axis. However, rotation can cause your model to go through the build plate. To fix this, on the left side of your screen, press the Center and Arrange button. This will position the model in the direct center of all axes. Lastly, you can move your model around the build plate by using the Translate Models cursor. To use this, just click and drag your model into the desired position. Although this is an option, it is almost always correct to leave your model in the center of the build plate. For more advanced settings, see the associated packet with this video. If you're happy with how your model is looking, select the Prepare to Print button on the lower left side of your screen. This will open up the Print Preview window, where you can see how your print will look when the printing process is finished. To view information about your print, see the upper left corner for estimates on build time and material cost. Once you've looked over the preview and everything looks correct, select Begin Printing over USB and your print will be sent to the printer. There is a progress bar that may appear for a small period of time showing that the file is being transferred to the printer. Once it is gone, then you know you're all set. Now your print preparation is complete. From here, you can view the progress of your print in real time as each layer gets created. To view the time remaining, open the Machine Control Panel again, and it will be shown at the bottom of your screen. Lastly, be sure to not close the program or the laptop. This is very important, as it will cancel all prints currently being processed by the printers, and all of the prints will then have to be restarted from scratch, so click carefully. And with that, you've now completed the Technolabs training class for 3D printing. To certify having taken this class with us, please fill out the quiz and contact information found through the link in the description below. Hope to see you in the Launchpad soon.